Hello everybody. I want to talk to you a little bit about constructors and destructors for a Python class. Class is a blueprint for an object. This talk that I'm doing right now on constructors and destructors assumes that you have read the W3 Schools material on classes. Now, where is the W3 Schools material? It's right here. You see where I scrolled down inside Module 1? I just highlighted the link. So you will need to have read through this material on classes before listening to this lecture on constructors and destructors. So, assuming you have been through the material here on Python classes, I'm going to talk to you about constructors and destructors. Okay, so I'm going to click into the constructor and destructor material. Here's the code that you can download. I have already done this for this example that we're looking at. Okay, so this is the definition of a class for an employee object. A class is a blueprint for an object. It's the pattern that we use to create an object. When we actually create an object, that's called instantiating the object. You can see down here where we create an object named OBJ. That's done by calling the employee class here. You notice it has the parentheses on the end of it. This calls the employee class, and it creates an object, an instance of an employee. So, the constructor is right here. You notice it has the double underscore, and then INIT, and then two double underscores, then it has the parentheses and self. Every method of a class gets past the self reference. That's so that this method can get to all the data that's associated with a class named employee. Okay, so anytime you see def INIT, that's the constructor. Now, when does the constructor run? It runs when we create that instance of the class. That's the first thing that gets run. Okay? Now, in this case, when we create an employee object, an instance of an employee, our object is going to be named OBJ, and it's going to print employee created. Okay? Now, if you want to see the destructor run, the destructor is double underscore DEL double underscore. The destructor runs when the object is destroyed. Okay? So, constructor runs when it's created. The destructor runs when it's destroyed. So, I've already downloaded this code. I'm going to switch over to the Tawny window, and we'll run it just like it stands right now, and then we'll go back and uncomment some stuff so you can see the destructor run. Okay, I've opened that file up in Tawny, and we'll go ahead and run it here. created an employee object, and it should print employee created. There we go. When I run it, you see I get the employee created message. Now, that's all that it did. It created an employee, and when this code went away, eventually the employee got destroyed. Now, let's go ahead and uncomment this. There are two ways that you could cause the destructor to run. Okay? The first way is using the del command. That destroys this object that we created. So you can see that I uncommented del, and now I'm going to run it again, and we should see the employee created print, and we should see the destructor called employee deleted run. Okay? There we go. There's our two print messages right there. Okay? So del is one way to destroy an object. Another way to destroy an object is to set it equal to none. None has a special meaning in Python. It basically, when we set an object equal to none, it destroys that object. So I'll clear the shell and run this again, and you can see that whether I delete it or whether I set it equal to none, the same thing will happen. It will cause this code to run. Oops. Okay. Doesn't like the fact that I have none there. Let's see. Tabs and spaces. That always gets me with Python. Okay. Looks like we've got 8 spaces here. Okay. Let's try it again. Still doesn't like it. Well, we've probably got some tabs and some spaces mixed in here. When you copy code from the web, you'll run into this on occasion, and you can see what's happening to me. Okay, let's try it again. Yep, there it goes. Okay, so it didn't like the fact that I had some tabs and some spaces mixed in here. You saw how I went back and I backspaced everything out, and I just kept hitting tab until I got everything where Python was happy. Okay, so 2 ways to delete that object. One is using the del command, the other is to set it equal to none. Where would we use the constructor? Well, if you need to set some variables, or you need to do something when the object is first created, we put it in the constructor. When we want to have something to clean up after our object, when we're destroying the object, then we would put that code in the destructor. That's all we've got on constructors and destructors. Main things to remember: init is the constructor, runs when the object is created. Del is the destructor, it runs when the object is destroyed. 2 ways to run the destructor: the del, or set the object equal to none. That's it. Have a good day.